to this because I can see the splenic artery going to the spleen, and I can't see I can't see it going to the stomach or anything, but I can see it a little differently. Right here is the celiac trunk right here. Here's the splenic artery. Here's the spleen. All right, and here's the hepatic artery, but the liver is missing. The liver would be right there. It's actually not showing you the gastric artery. So here's the celiac trunk right there, that big area. I like it better right here because this is really what it looks like. So that's the celiac trunk. Here's the arteries of the celiac trunk. Hepatic is 366. Splenic is 364. And gastric is unnumbered. But if I were to grab a stomach, I bet you the gastric artery is right on it. Because the gastric artery runs right to the stomach. All right. Celiac trunk we did. Hepatic we did. Hepatic portal vein. All right, that's going to be difficult. Okay, here's what's going on. Do you see these veins right here that are not blue? They're kind of purplish. Do you guys know, anyone know what a portal vein means? You guys listen to the lecture yet? Or if you did, you don't remember. You know how you have an artery to a capillary bed to a vein? I showed you that circuit in the lecture. And then I showed you some deviations from that circuit where you can have an artery to a capillary bed to a vein to a capillary bed. Remember how you had that? Well, the vein in the middle of two capillary beds is called a portal vein. That's what it's called. So on this model, these portal veins are colored purple. And my hepatic portal vein right here, because my liver fits right here, is 327. My hepatic portal vein is 327. You want to see if I can see it on there?
Yeah.
No. But I bet you it's on the liver. I bet you if you took the liver off, you could see it on there. But here, you can see it as 327. All right? And I bet you if you put the liver and looked at the bottom of the liver, you'd be able to see it as well. That's the hepatic portal vein. Okay, next one is this. Gastric artery we already did. Now, I wrote a number for gastric artery, and I told you I couldn't find a number. I don't see a number there. Do not see it. No number there. You got rubbed off or something. Oh, I bet you I know. I bet you it's on the stuff. Look up these keys and get numbers. The number's been rubbed off. That doesn't say 404. Yeah, I guess it does say 404. Right here's your gastric artery. Does that look like 404 to you? Yeah, that's just been rubbed off, but there's your gastric artery. So you're going to have to be careful and put some organs back in this if you can't find the numbers to the keys. But that's your gastric artery right there. All right, splenic artery and vein. Here's the splenic artery. This is the spleen, if you didn't know that. Splenic artery goes to it. Here's the splenic vein coming back. All right. Spleen holds 600 mils of blood at any given time. Spleen is a blood reservoir. If you cut yourself and start hemorrhaging, your spleen will give up some of its blood. Who's had their spleen taken out because of a car accident or something? Anybody? Oh, you want numbers. Splenic artery, 325. Splenic vein, 339. Splenic artery, 325. Splenic vein, 339. 325, 339. Renal artery and vein. Seen better here. Here's the renal artery going into the kidney. Here's the renal vein coming out of the kidney. Here's the renal artery going into that kidney. Here's the renal vein coming out of that kidney. I just saw something I didn't think was there. That's all. Okay? Any questions about that? Plus, I am inclined to put a model like this on the test. Your renal vein. Okay? So I could have a model like that and this is my super, okay, it's better on, actually you only can see it on Fred, only, because all the organs are in that guy. This is my superior mesenteric artery. This is my inferior mesenteric artery. They go to your mesenteries. Your mesenteries are all the connective tissues and peritoneal membranes that surround your organs. Superior mesenteric artery on Fred is 374. Inferior mesenteric artery on Fred is unnumbered. It's right there. Both sides of the inferior mesenteric are my gonadal arteries. They go to my gonads. So my gonadal arteries are 393. And by the way, the little veins running right next to the arteries are gonadal veins. So that's a gonadal vein. That's a gonadal vein. When my abdominal aorta bifurcates, it becomes my common iliac artery. Here's my common iliac artery. When my common iliac artery, you want a number? On Fred, the common iliac is 398. On Fred, the common iliac is 398. On the regular torso, the common iliac is 369. The common iliac is 369 right there. Common iliac. When the common iliac bifurcates, one branch runs deep and one branch stays superficial. The deep branch is called the internal iliac artery. And on Fred, the internal iliac is 402. On Fred, the internal iliac is 402. And then the external stays superficial. On Fred, the external iliac is 400. So external iliac, internal iliac. Here's the 400, external iliac. Here's the internal iliac. And that's 402. On the regular torso, the internal iliac is 370. I'm sorry. I'm going to look right here. It actually is, it does have 370, but I'm going to give you these two numbers here. On the regular torso, the external iliac is 371 and the internal iliac is 372. Now actually, just the left internal iliac is 372. The right internal iliac is 370. Did I give you numbers for gonadal artery and vein? Now look at the veins running right next to the arteries are the same thing. This is the common iliac vein. This is the internal iliac vein. That's the external iliac vein. This is the common iliac vein. This is the internal iliac vein. That's the external iliac vein. The veins run right next to the arteries. They're named the same way. All right? Okay, the femoral artery and vein. This external iliac vein is called, below it, this is the femoral vein right here. The femoral vein, the saphenous vein joins the femoral vein, and when it crosses underneath this inguinal ligament, I'm sorry, Sam. When it crosses underneath this inguinal ligament, it becomes, this femoral vein becomes the external iliac vein. So here's the femoral vein. On the regular torso, the femoral vein is 568. Now I just said to you that the saphenous vein joins this guy. Well, where's the saphenous vein joining this guy? Underneath him. So I have to lift this femoral vein away and move it and look underneath, and there it is. There's the saphenous vein right there. The saphenous vein is 610. There's the saphenous vein. There's the femoral vein. Saphenous vein is 610 and femoral vein is 568. So the femoral arteries now. When this common iliac artery travels underneath the inguinal ligament, it becomes the femoral artery. This is the femoral artery right here, right next to the femoral vein, and this is 567. Femoral artery is 567. Okay, now I'm done with these guys. Oh, saphenous. I already showed you the great saphenous right there. You guys know the great saphenous vein is the longest one in your body? You guys heard that before? That's where they take a piece of the vein when they want to do a graft. If they want to bypass. I need a leg. Right here's a leg. Here's my leg. Okay, let's orient ourselves. Here's the common iliac artery. Let me give you a number for the common iliac on the leg. 39 is common iliac. Then it bifurcates. Here's the internal iliac. On the leg, that's 40. Here's the external iliac right here. I don't see a number. Sorry, but I don't see a number. That's external. As soon as this external iliac artery crosses through this inguinal ligament, it becomes the femoral artery. The femoral artery is 46. Here's the femoral artery, 46. Now that gets me down to my next on the list vein. Well, you know where the popliteal space is. It's behind your knee. So here's my popliteal artery, 51. Here's my popliteal vein, no number. Coming off this popliteal artery right here is this anterior tibial artery. Now right in the back of the leg, it doesn't have a number. You're going to say, how can that be anterior tibial? Because if you follow it around, it comes out on the front. There's the anterior tibial artery right there. I actually thought the number was on the back. And I'll bring it over to you, Ken. Tibial. You can trace it around and it comes to the front, even though the number is labeled on the back, and that's confusing. I don't like that. Your posterior tibial is just a continuation of your popliteal. So this is your posterior tibial number 56. So 56 is posterior tibial, 57 is anterior tibial. Posterior tibial, anterior tibial. All right? Yep, on the leg. Right up here I have a common iliac artery before it bifurcates. It's number 39. Then it bifurcates, and here's my two branches. The internal iliac is 40. Oh, there used to